Hi guys, Demonic Angel, and today we're going to do the Three of Pentacles today. I'm always using the Rider-Waite deck. I may use other ones later on, but I'm going to stick with this until I finish the entire thing. Just giving you guys my thoughts on it. So today's is the Three of Pentacles, and of course we've got a gentleman here standing on a bench, and he's got a tool in his hand, and he's like working away, and you can see here how beautiful and detailed the structure of the cathedral is. So that's what he's doing. He's working on it. And the two guys, one of them is sort of more, he almost reminds me of like a Bedouin kind of, Muslim kind of person, spiritual. And then we have another guy who's more like the monk, and they've got plans in their hands. So they've got the plans for this cathedral, and they're speaking to and working with this gentleman who is working on it. So the idea with this is a really great practical card, very much focused on the material plane and the group. We got other cards like the Hierophant, where the focus is on the group, and as well like Six of Pentacles. And so this is where people are working together. Okay, so this is all about body language in this card. These two people who have the plans to the building in their hands, they value the gentleman he's younger than them, right? And he's working on the cathedral, and he's listening to what they're saying. So the mutual respect. So they're older, they're not up there working their ass off. They've made the plans, but they value their laborer, okay? And the laborer is open to suggestions from them. This is teamwork at its absolute finest. This is in a workplace situation where management values the employees, and employees remain receptive to what management is saying, constructive criticism. So, setbacks, problems, people are going to be working on that together. And clearly, in order to make such a beautiful, detailed cathedral and make that real, there has to be lots of plans and, teamwork through the frustration and setbacks. Some of the other cards that I really like to see around this card are Temperance is really good, because then we have the proper mixing of things. So it really reinforces that mixing and blending of the group. So another thing is like he here kind of reminds me of an apprentice, and he is proving his worth. He's showing that he is ready. He can make this happen, and they're respecting him. And they obviously have some kind of knowledge. To me, they look like these kind of spiritual gentlemen. So, whatever they've done to gather spiritual knowledge in their life, they share it with this guy. And together, it's like they're the spiritual, and he is the logical. He is, those two aspects coming together to make something beautiful. If you want to look at it as one person, but these characters representing the different aspects of our personality. So that is really, if it's like something like you're in a relationship, this is where somebody, let's say the gentleman of the relationship knows how to cook, and he starts to teach his new girlfriend how to cook, and she just gets better and better, remaining receptive to really improving. So, as a couple, just coming together to do really, really great hobbies and projects that require this team effort. Very few things in life can be done completely alone, including complete healing. You know, we have to do the work ourselves as far as healing. We have to be open to that and willing to put in the work. But there is an aspect of healing that requires confession almost to another person. You know, when we confide to people our problems and the way we feel, or, you know, and we put it out there, like I have done before, it's very healing because we need each other. It probably has to do with the social animal aspects of our mind. So teamwork really is the spirit of the human race, or it should be. So there's that. You know, when we get this reversed, this is really, to me, where management is not respecting the employee. So it would be, you know, if we have this, let's say we have this upright, except these gentlemen are looking away, this guy isn't looking at them, everybody's looking off into space. Instead, this would convey a whole nother language of people not listening to each other. So it wouldn't even have to be reversed. It would just be different. Instead of all these people looking at each other, because by looking at each other, we know they're paying attention to each other. If they weren't, they're not respecting each other. They're like, he's the unskilled laborer. He's replaceable. Who cares? There wouldn't be love put into the cathedral. This would just look like another McDonald's arches, if you will. Mass-produced. This is a very individualistic thing. But if it's reversed, it is not appreciated. The skills of the laborer are not appreciated. Also, the laborer is not remaining receptive to criticism. So maybe he just jumps into an apprenticeship, thinks he knows it all, and he's not going to listen to the older gentlemen who've gone before him and remain open to their words of wisdom. So everybody's closing off. So when there's two sides of a team here, obviously both sides must remain receptive to each other. If not, this becomes a one-sided thing, just like in any other type of couple situation, anything. So, you know, it's more like when I see this reversed, there's really not a whole lot of other meanings except for the one, which is the reminder to say gently to the querent of the tarot reading, pay attention to what other people are saying in the workplace, because this card really is, for me, the workplace. We can apply it to social settings. We can even apply it to love, but this is really work. You need to be open and, you know, consider other possibilities, like just, you know, if you really don't like your job and you just think you're going to get another job, maybe instead of just thinking that way, perhaps try to see if you can work in another area. You know, so thinking about other solutions to the problems rather than one. That might be leaving or whatever might be the best option for you, but at least considering the possibilities. And, you know, just being open and honest with your bosses, and if they still have the problem and you do your absolute best, then you know that they're the problem, not you. And of course, you control yourself, not other people. So that's the best way, and honestly, that's what I've done in my life. For me or you to gauge a situation is to first get control of your own self. And so then you can figure out if the other person, the management in this case, is the problem. Because if you're being receptive, open for this criticism, trying your hardest, then there's still this problem, after you've given it time to fix yourself, ground yourself, because when people are in your face It's very easy to just get angry and emotional. After you've grounded again, though, you know, figure out what really the problem is. And sometimes, and it happens to me, sometimes you're the problem. When you reground and stuff and you realize how much the emotional side of yourself, you know, getting that kind of stuff in control can really make teamwork possible. So that's the best thing, as well as voicing your actual feelings and concerns and saying, hey, listen, I'm calming down, I'm doing this, and I'm willing to work overtime, but here's my actual feelings, or here's my problem with this person because of whatever reason, and I just want to know if you can help me, or this kind of a thing. So you just have to be direct and get yourself grounded in a situation for business. This is the best possible way to go about that. So the reversed Three of Pentacles is just that little reminder, and even if you get it upright, you always want to look at the reverse and see the reminder in the card. You know, and if you get it upright, I really love this card because it's really, I just love the idea of you know, an efficient team working together and everybody being respected and recognized. I wish that was more of a thing in today's world, but it's still possible, and I still believe that it certainly is. So I will see you guys in the next video.